All right, we're getting the last few people settled. Good morning, everybody. How about this refreshing, amazing weather? Yes. I think that is something we can all agree on for sure. So, what a lovely gift from Mother Nature as we head into a long holiday weekend. I'm Kelly Sire. I'm the Director of Marketing here at Butterfield. I am standing in because I certainly cannot fill the shoes of Ricky Stamps. She is off cruising on a ship right now through Scandinavia with some of your neighbors, and I understand that they're having a fantastic time. I just got a first batch of photos, so I know a lot of you all are watching Facebook to kind of see what's everybody up to and what adventures are they enjoying. And so hopefully a little bit later today I'll get all those posted so you can see them and have a few notes from Ricky to explain what they've been up to. So be watching for those if you are users of social media. I have several announcements because I'm happy to say that going into September, you guys are going to have some good programming to enjoy. So I want to make sure to give some highlights to quite a few things. So strap in for a moment because I'm going to tell you about a bunch of things. First of all, on Monday, so don't want to miss this. And I know, you're just getting a few days notice, but you don't want to miss Monday. It is National Play Music on the Porch Day. I don't know if you've heard of this. I have friends who have a band, and they did it last year, and we went and sat in their front yard, and they're incredible musicians, and just kind of whoever showed up got to hear a free concert. What a wonderful thing to celebrate music at a wonderful time of day or time of year. So we will be celebrating in our own way at Butterfield. We don't have a front porch, but we do have this amazing performance hall. So to celebrate both Labor Day and this special national event, we will have the Arkansas Winds Horns Force Ensemble. And this is made up of 8 talented horn players, and they're going to play a whole bunch of different uplifting American classics. So I think this would be one that you will thoroughly enjoy. So come to that. That will be at 3 p.m. on Monday. So you don't want to miss that. Just come on in. On Wednesday the 10th, we are doing something really cool. Ricky has been working super hard on this tour. It is a guided tour of Fort Chaffee Historic District. And then after that, you guys will be going to have lunch at Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen, which if you like good Southern home-style food, that's your spot. This particular tour, you're going to get to step back in time a little bit to get a really great insight on American military history through a guided tour. There is actually a historic and entertainment district that is combining both the history of Fort Chaffee as well as a new established area that has some entertainment for the community around Fort Smith. And they're kind of melding the two together, so you're going to get a little bit of insight on that. The highlights of the tour at Fort Chaffee will include the historic barber shop where the King, Elvis Presley, got his famous Army haircut. I'm sure you've seen those pictures before, in 1958. There is a Vietnamese and Cuban refugee resettlement exhibition there that should be very interesting. So you'll get to see that. You'll tour the World War II barracks and see artifacts as well as information about the film and television history that Fort Chaffee has. You may not realize this, but Fort Chaffee was in A Soldier's Story and Biloxi Blues. So that's a cool little piece of pop culture that's just right down the highway from us. There's also going to be a representative from the Ebbing Air National Guard Base that will come and talk about what their operations are like now, talking about their Air Education and Training Command, very interesting, and their 33rd Fighter Wing. So I know you military history buffs will really, really enjoy this particular tour. That is going to leave bright and early in the morning on the 10th. At 8:30. Do make sure that you sign up for that because, of course, space will be limited for transportation. On the 11th, the very next day, we have Jazzin' It Up with everybody's favorite jazz quartet, Claudia Burson. She's a regular here at Butterfield, and we never get tired of the incredible music that she brings. She will be accompanied, she'll be the pianist, and then she'll have Steve Wilkes on drums, Edwin Garcia on bass, and Alicia Patillo on sax. So this is going to be a lot of fun. They're going to do a lot of just jazz standards, some bebop ballads, and a few takes on classics by Miles Davis, Ellington, and Coltrane. So this is going to be really, really good. That'll be at 7 p.m. here in the Performance Hall. On the 13th, this is something that if you're going, you will have already signed up for, but Michael has worked very hard on this tour and just wants to make sure everybody remembers that on the 13th, Saturday, there will have a group going to see David, the incredible production at Branson Sight and Sound Theater. And I have never been, but just in researching the photography and all the things that have been available at this production, it looks incredible. So those of you who are going, I think you're in for a real treat. And of course, you'll finish up at Paula Dean's Family Kitchen. So that should be sending everybody home very stuffed. On Friday the 19th, we have an event called History Meets Harmony. This is a guided tour of Compton Gardens in Bentonville. If you've not been before, this is just a treasure, just down the road from us. It's a hidden gem. It's located really right in the downtown area of Bentonville. It butts up next to Crystal Bridges green space. So it's just a beautiful spot. And you're going to be touring the private residence of Dr. Neil Compton, very familiar name to a lot of folks with his connections to the Buffalo National River. And the home has been completely restored very lovingly to honor his legacy. And there's just some really interesting design concepts associated with this house. So you'll get to see beautiful green space and a beautiful home. So this is a great tour. This will leave at 9:30 in the morning. You do have to register for this one as well because, again, space is limited for transportation. Make sure you get your name on the list for that one. On Friday the 19th, just later that same day, so this is going to be a big day at Butterfield, we have Socket to Alzheimer's Dinner and Dance. Heather Edge has just been working tirelessly to bring us our second version of this event. Last year, you guys killed it. I think the goal was to raise $10,000. We raised well over $15,500 and actually won an award as an organization for raising so much money for the Arkansas chapter of the Alzheimer's Association. So every single dollar that is raised at this event goes to the Alzheimer's Association. You do have to sign up for this event as well. One thing that's a little bit different about this one is because this is a fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association. When you make out your check for your tickets to this event, you need to make it to the Alzheimer's Association. We're not taking this out of MSF. It will be something that you do separately, and then we turn over all of those funds directly to the organization. So just be aware it's a little bit different payment situation. That's Friday the 19th. That will be from 5:30 to 7:30. We'll have food from Smitty's Garage, kind of diner food, lots of burgers and onion rings, I think, from Red Robin. I think they'll have like ice cream floats and all kinds of good stuff. It'll be a lot of fun, and we'll have some music as well. So, put on your poodle skirts, put your pennies in your loafers, and get ready to have a really fun night. And then the last thing I'll mention to you for programming, I know this is kind of long, but there's so many good things. On Monday the 22nd, there's going to be a tour of the new Walmart Global Headquarters. This is a pretty incredible thing for Northwest Arkansas, what they have done. This campus is enormous, and it really has revitalized Walmart's position in Northwest Arkansas. The headquarters now is on a campus 350 acres, so it's big, and there are about 15,000 people working on site every day in what is essentially a village within a town, which we can certainly understand with Butterfield what that's like. They are really focused on sustainable transportation in this campus, and so it seamlessly connects to the trail system that supports Bentonville and all of the regional greenways. So this is a really neat thing that has come about from an enormous amount of thought and planning and consideration. And it also connects to a thoroughfare, to a historic creek path. So when people take a break, they can get out and enjoy some green space there. This particular tour will be both driving and walking, because obviously that's a big campus. So you'll get to see things from a couple of different perspectives. And afterward, the group is going to be going to AC Hotel rooftop restaurant and bar to enjoy a little bit of refreshment and a nightcap. This tour is actually an evening tour, which probably makes sense since that is such a highly populated place during the workday. So we won't even leave Butterfield until 6:30 in the evening. We'll see the tour, and then you will get your nightcap at the restaurant. So those are all the wonderful things that are happening. Quick announcement. Stairwell number 5, which is the one on the south wing closest to the lobby, they are painting that stairwell today. I think they were maybe working on it yesterday too. They had taped off the doorways. Please don't take the tape off. We need to keep that stairwell closed for them to be able to complete that work. And so they're moving as fast as they can, but just know that stairwell is closed for today until you see that tape come down, and then it'll be back open for you. Let's see. You should have your calendars. I think everybody got these in the last couple of days, so these should be in hand. As far as other announcements, we're going to have Vicki Prince come up and tell us something very wonderful. So she'll be next. After that, we are going to introduce Josh Rainey from Ollie. He's got a table out here as well in the front lobby, so there's going to be some great information about what's coming up for Ollie. Many of you are active participants in that, and so you'll be hearing a little bit more about what's to come. And then we will have Kevin wrap up the day. So thanks for your attention, and I hope you're excited about all these things that Ricky and Michael have planned for you. Thanks.
All righty. Good morning. I am Vicki Prince. I am the administrator in healthcare, and I am happy to introduce to you our new director of nursing services, Elise Ford. We've been talking about her for a few months. She's not going to stay because we do have some projects going in healthcare, but I wanted her to be able to say hi. I've introduced her to several people, and I look forward to continuing to do that. But Elise.
Hello, I'm very happy to be here, and everybody has been very nice that I've met so far, and I'm looking forward to all the things that are going to be in the future. So,
This is out of her comfort zone.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you guys for having me here. I'm going to try something. First off, Trisha Beelan, is she in the room? Okay. Who here has not heard about Ollie or the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute? Trisha, you get a bonus. I was going to have Trisha come and talk to you if you hadn't heard of us. So that's great. So I don't have to bore you with the history of everything we do. We can get into the fun stuff about what's coming up in the fall. But I do want to give you a little context, just as a reminder. We're an outreach service program at the University of Arkansas. We are located off campus, and we provide educational opportunities and social activities to people just like you. People who are retired, have free time, but want to stay engaged, stay active, stay curious, and stay connected. And so we're here today to tell you a little bit about what's coming up this fall. We offer a series of fall programs, as well as a whole another series of programs in the spring. Majority of those are different programs from in the fall, but some repeats that carry over. And so, yeah, a full year of opportunities and learning. And so right now we're kicking off our fall semester. We've got one program that we're actually going to be offering here related. Let me open up my book. Should have that open. Start Stitching. It's a needlepoint class, so a beginner's needlepoint class. It's actually being taught by a Butterfield Trail Village resident member. And so, because we want you guys to attend that and show her a good showing, or give her a good showing, we're going to be offering that to you for free. And then we've got two other programs that are free that I'm really excited about. One is coming up on September the 10th, Wednesday, September the 10th at 10 a.m., and we're partnering with the Arkansas Alumni Association to host Dr. Charles Robinson, the Chancellor of the University of Arkansas, and he's going to be giving a talk called Reaching Higher, a Vision for the University of Arkansas, and a presentation about what the vision is and their goals and everything that's really kind of going on within the university campus. And so I hope you can join us. It's at the Alumni House, again, at 10 a.m. It's free. We are asking that you register. But what I'd love to do is find a way to get enough of Butterfield Trail residents to register for that, and then maybe we can get some transportation or one of y'all's vans to bring you up there and bring you to campus and let you hear from the chancellor. And then later in the semester, we're also having another free class or free program offered by the University of Arkansas Advancement team, and it is about planning with purpose, securing your legacy for the future. And so if you're interested in finding ways that you can support your family, your friends, or the things that you're want to give back to in your later years in life, that's a good opportunity to come. And so there'll be a free lunch with that, and that is November the 19th, Wednesday at 11 a.m. And so that's just a sample of what the free classes are, but we've got almost 80 different programs available this fall. Anything from hikes to lectures about art, lectures about history, local history, Arkansas history. We have talks on a monthly basis with local government officials or business owners. And so there's a whole lot of opportunities to take advantage of. We do offer a membership for $50. That's good for a full year. And so with the membership, you get access to certain classes that are only for members. A series of those are Osher online classes, and so we partner with the National Osher Foundation, and they provide us with a series of online classes. They're 6-week programs, very educational based with very highly reputable instructors, and so it's a really neat opportunity. You're online with people from all across the country, and I failed to mention that we're one of 120 plus Osher Lifelong Learning Institutes in the United States. So we're part of a big network and a national brand. And so you get an opportunity through those online programs to communicate and socialize and take classes and learn along with people from all across the country. So the membership also gets you a discount per class, $15 off per class, and then access to other fun things like our trivia night that's coming up. We've also got a trip in April of 2026. We're taking a tour of Italy. So we'd love to have some Butterfield Trail residents join us on that. It's just a trip for the Osher Institute. We've got 20 people or so signed up for that, but you got to be a member. And then there's other benefits we have too, different activities and programs that we share and news that we share just with members. But today, if you sign up today, I wanted to give a special opportunity to the residents here. If you sign up today for the whole year, we'll do that for $35. I know that sounds like I'm giving you a pitch, which I am. But we really want to get you involved, and it's a great deal. It's $35. You get access for the full year. You still got the 3 free classes. And so that's what we're offering you here today. We've got a table set up. Grab a catalog. We've got ways for you to register and sign up for the classes. But there's tons to enjoy, tons to take advantage of. I can't read through it all. I'd be here for days. But there's all kinds of opportunities. So grab a catalog and at least take a look. If you don't find something interesting, and I'd be surprised if you don't, then you hand the catalog off to somebody else and share it with somebody else. We want to get more people involved. We're partnering with a lot of different organizations in Northwest Arkansas to kind of expand our reach and get more people to take part in our programs. So any questions? Don't make it easy on me. Okay. Well, thank you, guys. Come visit us at the table. Thank you.
Okay, good morning. First thing I want to talk about is we had Cassie come in last week or a couple weeks ago, and she kind of talked about the star rating and kind of all that works, and I want to kind of get further into that. This Wednesday we had a very robust conversation at the board meeting, and I think your board representatives can tell you that. We went in detail of each one of the tags and our actions and everything that's going on currently. Currently, the drop to the 1 star is due to three tags are the tags that we've had since November of last year, November of '24. And all of this is public information. I think Care Compare is where you can find the information. So all public information. But due to HIPAA and employee, not getting into specific employee details at this meeting, but we have, the good news is we have been cleared of all those tags, and we have no current tags. And we did receive a civil money penalty due to one of those tags, and I'll talk about that as well. We have been cleared of that tag as well, but action plans are, of course, in place to prevent any of this from happening in the future, hopefully. But what the civil money penalty is, it's a penalty of $960 a day for the amount of time it takes them to return from when the tag to when they return. So this was for 90-plus days, which came up to about $89,000. Now, they could have come back any time between that time, but they waited to the very end of that time to come back, which gave us the full $89,000 penalty. Now, you have options whenever you have something like that, and the options are you can either accept the penalty, pay the, you can file for financial hardship, which we don't qualify for. You can not fight it and get a 35% discount, or you can fight it and risk paying the entire $89,000. So we took this to our attorney. Our attorney recommended that we take the 35% discount, which came out to around $57,000, which we haven't paid yet. We haven't gotten the bill yet. We're still waiting on information to when that's due. So they're in the process of changing their computer system or something, so that's why it's kind of delayed in the payment. So that's where that came from. So the steps that have been taken is, since all this and everyone that was involved, we've had actionable turnover in staff. We've increased our mock drills to be more than what's required. We have reorientation of staff, and that's going on all the time right now. An increase in our CPR training to where we have 90+% of our employees CPR certified. So that's all I'm going to get into at this meeting. If you would like to talk further about that, if you have any questions about any of that, you're welcome to stay after this meeting. Vicki and I will stay and discuss anything that we can discuss with you. Or if you'd like to meet privately with me or Vicki and me, we'd be happy to do that too. So if you want any more information, we want to be transparent and share that with you. So as much as we can, just please schedule that with us. So like I said, I'll hang around after the meeting, and Vicki will too, and we'll answer what we can about any specific questions that you have. So, all right, with all that being said, there are other things going on. As you see in the north atrium, we have the elevator that is going in currently. So that is on track. So we are looking forward to getting that done. We talked about the paint, and the paint selection of the color was the lightest color. I mentioned that at a couple of meetings. We hope to start that in the fourth quarter. As you see on the north side, on the west side of the building, we did some work on the drains, and we're going to get ready. Once we've replaced the boards, we're not putting the mulch and doing everything back until we replace the boards, do all the caulk, and then we'll put the mulch back, and it'll look nice. Just be patient with us for a minute. It's going to look kind of bare for a little bit. And hopefully we can start that in the fourth quarter. That's what's planned, so that's what we plan to do. Concrete work, of course, is going on around the campus, and some of you have mentioned some spots that you think need some attention, and they've gone back. And where you see the white paint, that's where they're doing the concrete work. So there were a couple of spots on the south side of the healthcare building and the sidewalk they're now painted. And so if you see anything else that stands out to you, I think we've covered everything, but if you see anything else that stands out, please let me know. The Wi-Fi update, that is something, we have a meeting next Thursday with the Wi-Fi company. It'll be our third meeting with this same company, so we feel like they're really offering what we're looking for here, but we want to be sure before. So we're getting other people involved in this meeting. So hopefully, we plan to get that going. Hopefully by the end of the fourth quarter, it may be the first quarter next year. It just depends on. It's a pretty big project, so we'll see what their timeline is. The assisted living update, the plans, we're about 30 days behind on the plans. There's been a lot of questions. So probably by the end of September, we'll be able to present plans at this meeting, hopefully. I know I'd said August before, but we're about 30 days behind. So we hope by the end of September, we'll be able to present the blueprint and the 3D image of what this is going to look like. The financing, we look forward to sharing that with you. We probably won't have an answer with that till probably November, December timeframe. We have parking lot. That was the last thing I wanted to mention. So the parking lot, last time I mentioned that we were on hold, the city wanted us to make sure that we had a fire truck turning radius in the new parking lot, and why we didn't know. But they've since backed off, so we don't need the fire truck turning radius. So, and we don't need the sprinkler system on top of the awning, on top of the covered parking. Those are two things the city was wanting us to do, so we don't have to do that. So we're waiting on the final approval from the city. We're hoping maybe in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks that we can get started on this. Just waiting. We have to get a second utility easement for the same easement we got the first time. So if they approved it the first time, we hope they'll approve it the second time. So that's what we're waiting on that. I know a lot of people have asked about the parking. They tell us once this project gets started, it'll take less than 90 days to complete. So, but we'll see about that. So, and that's all the updates I had. Any questions? All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Football season this weekend. Don't forget.